The opportunities for travel, we should remember, is not something that everyone has. And not everyone has a passport. Not everyone has enough money to go traveling. So it's quite a privilege. I've come to realize that it's virtually impossible to travel alone, because even if you're going on holiday on your own, you're always surrounded by other people. So travel is a social activity, whether you're alone, in quotes, or not. So we've all seen people checking their emails on holiday. I just think that's a really bad look. And I think that what we need to try and learn to do as part of the planning process is just to say to yourself, right, for this weekend or for this week, I'm going to leave behind that work me, and I'm going to try and be the traveling me, if you like. And that's another way of showing to your children or to your traveling companions that you're really investing in the adventure, if you like.
We no longer have the 5 o'clock out the door, leave everything on the desk. There is no desk to leave everything on. You can't disconnect yourself. So you have to intentionally disconnect yourself, which can be really, really difficult. They're seeing us not disconnecting. They're seeing us on the phone. Therefore, what's the encouragement for them to get off of their tablets, to get off of their devices, to look around and smell the roses if we can't take a moment to smell the roses ourselves?
And the other thing about social media and TikTok and so on and travel, the role of photography has changed, hasn't it, over the years with travel, because we're living in the age of the selfie. Whereas I suppose 20 years ago, we used to take photographs of things and places. Whereas now it's more about, look where I am. So as a parent, if you can make the most mundane activities fun, like the bus, the waiting for the bus, the shopping before the picnic, going shopping in a supermarket in a different country is amazing, because you see all these amazing worlds and you see these products that you can't get at home. And I think that's when travel is at its best, when you can tap into the everyday life of somebody else, rather than necessarily just seeing a monument that you've read about or taking a picture of yourself in front of a famous building. I think one thing we can do maybe is think about ways that we could travel by making possibly fewer flights, but maybe staying longer in the place where you're going. You know what I mean? I believe there's no such thing as an uninteresting place. You know, everything, everywhere is interesting. You just need to give it a bit of time.